What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your $600 second stimulus check update and your $2,000 third stimulus check update. In this video, we're going to hear the latest of what's going on in the Senate, as well as the impeachment, and we're going to hear about the second stimulus check, the third stimulus check, and the latest information on that and the stimulus package coming out. All the brand new latest details for you guys in this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below and help us reach our goal of 300,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. We're almost there, so subscribe down below if you haven't yet. This way you won't miss out on new update videos coming out regarding the next stimulus check, unemployment extension, mortgage and rental assistance, Social Security increase, and everything along those lines. And hit the like button for us down below. It really helps out our channel. Apparently, Washington, D.C. Capitol Police were warned 3 days before the protest that congressmen and congresswomen would be targeted. The Capitol Police sent an internal intelligence report 3 days before the deadly Capitol riot that warned of potential for violence. Quote, due to these tense political environment following the 2020 election, the threat of disruptive actions or violence cannot be ruled out in a 12-page report. Quote, the sense of desperation of some of the people there and disappointment may lead to more of an incentive to become violent. Now, Washington, D.C. police and the National Guard have tens of thousands of police and guard at Washington, D.C. right now, and more coming in to already prevent what might happen for Inauguration Day and the resuming of the impeachment trial, which Mitch McConnell at this point looks like he's going to get his way, and they will not resume until the 19th, which is Tuesday, the day before Inauguration Day. So they won't even begin the impeachment trial proceedings that already passed the House of Representatives and now have gone to the Senate. It looks like Mitch McConnell is going to be able to delay this until the day before, basically the last full day of President Donald Trump's term. And that's just the start of the proceedings. So it looks like at this point that Mitch McConnell will be able to delay the impeachment proceedings long enough that President Donald Trump will be able to finish his entire term of presidency, and then they're going to vote on the impeachment in the Senate after he's already out, which is kind of crazy. Some people believe Mitch McConnell is going to vote against President Donald Trump, and there might be enough votes to actually impeach him in the Senate. The kind of weird thing is the Senate needs 67 votes to pass the impeachment in the Senate with 2/3 vote, but they only needed a 51% vote in the U.S. House of Representatives to pass the impeachment in the House. But some people are speculating that Mitch McConnell is kind of done with President Donald Trump and may actually vote against him, especially because it's possibly Mitch McConnell's last term as a senator in its entirety, because he's 78 years old. He just got reelected for another 6-year term, so he will be 84 years old when his term is up. And I don't think he's going to run again. If he runs again, he'll have a term from age 84 till 90. Can you imagine Mitch McConnell, 90 years old in the Senate? Now, in this Senate vote, they will need 67 votes to convict President Donald Trump and complete the impeachment that has already passed the U.S. House of Representatives. Remember, there's 50 Republicans and 50 Democrats in the new Senate. And basically, they're going to need all 50 Democrats and 17 Republicans to vote against him to complete the impeachment. I personally don't think that there is enough Republicans that are going to vote against President Donald Trump for this to happen. But you can let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Also, President Donald Trump is planning to freeze $27 billion of programs in his final week of presidency, basically freezing these programs for Joe Biden going into his presidency and kind of stopping the flow of $27 billion of money for multiple different programs. Under the 1974 Budget and Impoundment Control Act, the president can request that Congress rescind or wind back budget authority over certain programs. While Congress considers while Congress considers the request, the programs will be frozen for up to 45 days, at which point the request expires if Congress does not act. Now, some of this goes back to the second stimulus package and the government funding bill. When remember there was those millions and billions of dollars going to other countries? Well, President Donald Trump says this, quote, I will sign the omnibus and COVID package with a strong message that makes clear to Congress that wasteful items need to be removed. Quote, I will send back to Congress a red line version, item by item, accompanied by the formal rescission request to Congress insisting that those funds be removed from the bill. Of course, Democrats are already opposing it, saying President Trump's proposed rescissions attack a broad swath of critical programs that make life better for Americans and sustain our leadership around the world. These rescissions are filled with damaging and irrational cuts to programs critical in the fight against the virus, climate change, and strengthening America's global leadership. Regarding the third stimulus check and the third stimulus check package, which includes anywhere from a $1,400 to a possible $2,000 stimulus checks for children, and stimulus checks for adult dependents. Let's hear from Bernie Sanders, who Joe Biden considers his right-hand man. And Joe Biden has already named him the Senate Budget Chairman going forward. So Bernie Sanders is going to have even more power going forward. And if you listen to Bernie Sanders and you listen to Joe Biden, they're almost saying the same thing. If you heard them talk and the way they talk about each other, you would think that they're best friends. And Joe Biden said that he is going to let Bernie Sanders lead and follow him for the Senate chair budget going. Joe Biden says, quote, we not only have an economic imperative to act now, we have a moral obligation. In this pandemic in America, we cannot let people go hungry. We cannot let people get evicted. We cannot watch nurses and educators lose their jobs. We must act. Now, just about a day and a half ago, we had Joe Biden go on TV and announced his next stimulus package. He actually announced two stimulus packages. This is the first $1.9 trillion stimulus package. And then he says another one is coming in February called an infrastructure stimulus package. And we do have an outline of the actual plan here that includes $1,400 stimulus checks, $1,400 to children, and at least $1,400 to adult dependents. We're not sure if adult dependents are people who are a dependent on somebody else's tax return. They are going to get a check this time around. In this last crisis, working families need more than $600 per person that Congress passed at the end of December. President-elect Biden is calling on Congress to increase that direct financial assistance to $2,000. An additional $1,400 per person in direct checks will help hard-hit households cover expenses, spend money at local businesses in their communities, and stimulate the economy. President-elect Biden's plan will also expand eligibility to adult dependents who have been left out of previous rounds of relief and all mixed status households. And his plan will ensure the Treasury Department has the flexibility and resources it needs to deliver stimulus checks to the families that need them the most, including millions of families that still haven't received the $1,200 stimulus checks they're entitled to under the CARES Act. In addition to this, there's different buckets of money, I call it, in this stimulus package. That's why a stimulus package always provides more than just a stimulus check. Joe Biden wants to increase the $300 per week unemployment extension to $400 in mid-March, when the current $300 per week unemployment update boost will end. And then he wants to increase it to $400 and also extend it to September 30th. We're also expecting a presidential executive order on the eviction moratorium and possibly student loan forgiveness and student loan extension, the extension on the payments so you don't have to pay for them, that could possibly come on Joe Biden's first day or second day in office. We're expecting multiple executive orders from the president. Also in this new stimulus package is more mortgage and rental assistance, which I will be helping you guys claim. The $25 billion in mortgage assistance and rental assistance from the second stimulus package is still going out to the states. It needs to go out to the states. And then from there, the states and cities and counties will distribute it to you. So basically, it's in transit, and we're probably expecting it possibly as early as within the next week. I will keep you updated. Now, a big note on this. A lot of the previous mortgage and rental assistance programs that a lot of you guys got, because I told you about them on this channel, different states, New York, Texas, California, different cities and counties. There was a lot of them in Florida. I mean, pretty much all over the country because they used money from the first stimulus package. Well, now these states are getting more money for the second stimulus package. And the third stimulus package also has $30 billion in rental assistance that goes directly to you. And there's $350 billion in the third package that is going to go to states and cities, which they will then turn around and use some of that money for mortgage and rental assistance. So basically, going forward over the next month or two, there's going to be a lot of mortgage and rental assistance that I will help you guys claim. These mortgage and rental assistance programs will basically pay your rent or your mortgage for several months. A lot of them do up to $5,000 or 3 months or 6 months. And there's basically two more rounds of that money coming, which is really awesome. Also, let me show you about the tax breaks that are in this bill. There's three different tax breaks in Biden's economic rescue plan. These are in addition to stimulus checks. So stimulus checks, and then you might get an additional stimulus check from your tax break on your tax refund. I get some people to think it's like either or. It's not. It's and. It's the stimulus check of $1,400 and these tax breaks. First up is the child tax credit. Biden wants to increase the child tax credit to $3,000 per child for children ages 6 and up to 17, and $3,600 for children under 6 versus the current $2,000 per now. And this is a refundable tax credit. So basically, this will give you a higher refund or a higher rebate on your taxes when you go to file. If you don't get a tax refund or tax rebate, it'll basically just give you more of a tax write-off on your taxes. The second tax credit is for child care. Families would get a tax credit equal to 50% of their child care expenses for children under 13, up to $4,000 for one child and up to $8,000 for multiple children. This credit is also tax refundable for families who earn between $125,000 and $400,000 will only receive a partial credit. And also an increase of the earned tax credit. Right now, those making $16,000 or less qualify for this credit. Biden wants to raise that cap to $21,000, and he will also expand eligibility to workers 65 and older. People without children, childless workers, would get nearly 3 times more, $1,500 versus $530 from the credit under the current proposal. I will be walking you through a lot more details on this stimulus check package proposal. We're also expecting to get the actual bill possibly here within today or tomorrow within the next few days. So if we get the actual bill, then we'll have basically probably a 5,000 page bill with a lot more details on all these different programs and all the nooks and crannies that are going to be in there and what might be in there that we don't know about. Also, these bills could be negotiated to be higher. There's multiple Democrats like AOC that are pushing for higher stimulus checks and a higher unemployment extension, as well as Social Security increase and student loan forgiveness. I will keep you guys updated. Make sure to subscribe down below and click the bell icon so you get notifications when we go live. New videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and sometimes at 11 p.m. Click this top video if you didn't watch yet, where I go over questions and answers of the most important questions regarding the next stimulus check and stimulus package. Watch that next if you haven't yet. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have dozens of students that have replaced their 9-to-5 income selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.